right, so here I wanted to go over a few basics of breath. In our yoga practice, breath is integral to deepening and experiencing your yoga in the way it was intended. And in several different styles of yoga, breath is attached to each pose. If you're in a faster vinyasa flow style class, you'll have one breath per pose as you move in. And the intention is inhale, move, exhale, move, and working with that flow of breath helps your body move as it was intended in that practice. Breath has the power to ground us, to take us out of a state of stress. It is a tool that you have throughout your entire day. And what do we do when we're stressed? If you're like me, you tend to go shallow in your breath, kind of hold your breath restricted. Moving through my own journey of yoga, I've been aware of that and immediately can like, oh, right. So lengthening and slowing a deeper breath immediately brings my body into a calmer state. So if you've noticed that in yourself or notice going forward how your breath affects you during your day, whether you're in like traffic, stressful situation, see how the breath can take a part. So I'd like to show you a few different styles of breath. There's several in yoga, but some of the ones that I'd like to introduce to you or reintroduce to you if you've done this before. So find a space where you can sit nice and upright. I actually am sitting on my bolster, and I like to do that because my hips are raised a little higher than the knees, and it's comfortable for me. So however you wish, you can be in a chair, you can be on the ground, it doesn't matter. Nice tall spine. And eyes can drift to a soft gaze. And what we're going to practice is inhaling and exhaling through the nose to begin. So mouth can be closed. And we're just going to inhale and exhale out of the nose. And just get a sense of how the breath is moving throughout the body. And you can begin to bring in a visualization. Each time you exhale, feel the muscles in the body begin to drop and to let go. Each breath out, the body begins to put down any attachments from the day, any heaviness that you may be carrying, and just stay with this beautiful flow of breath. And we'll begin to match the length of the inhale with the length of the exhale. You can choose to count if that helps, inhaling for 1, 2, 3, hold, and exhale 3, 2, 1, hold. I'll let you do that in your own time, but that may help to stay with that pace of counting, just to get a sense of balance as you inhale and exhale out of the nose. And know that at any time the brain loves to jump in, it loves to complicate things and tick off running to-do lists or whatever the brain may wander. Sometimes it can be a challenge, and just honoring that and letting it be like, oh, today's going to be a bit more of a challenge. Okay. But at times it feels effortless, and at times it might feel like almost impossible, and all of it is normal. What you can do if the brain loves to jump in is see if you like can redirect and really focus on breath, whether that's counting in and counting out, or sensing the temperature of air as it comes into the body. and the temperature of air as it leaves. And this can be an ongoing practice of the brain trying to interrupt and you coming back to breath. Other times it may just flow the way you're expecting. All of it is very normal. So that is just a basic breath to ground you. You can use it anytime. I do want to show you Ujjayi breath. Ujjayi is a Sanskrit term for breathing in and out of the nose, but constricting into the back of the throat. And if you hear a room of people doing their Ujjayi breath, it begins to almost sound like an ocean wave. The sensation is if you were coming up to a bathroom mirror and fogging with your mouth, but using your nose. So your mouth is closed, you're constricting as you in the throat as you breathe in and breathe out. So there is a vibration in the throat as you constrict. And as you get more comfortable in the flow of this Ujjayi breath, you will hear this almost like a growling sound in your throat. We joke that it's the Darth Vader breath or the Marge Simpson breath, but it is that constriction in the throat. And again, lengthening the inhale and lengthening the exhale. So let's practice Ujjayi breath. Maybe one hand can go to your belly. You can just feel the movement of breath. And mouth is closed, breathing in and out the nose. Keep practicing that. Just stay with the flow. This is a breath that can be really wonderful to bring in a pose that might be challenging because it brings in the strength and the power in the body as you draw into the power of the breath. And that vibration in the throat, it signals to the vagus nerve, to our nervous system, that it is safe, that we can stay in that grounded state. So whether you are moving throughout your day, whether you're in traffic, in your car, practice your Ujjayi breath. Maybe if you're wanting privacy, to practice your Ujjayi breath. Make it every time you go to the bathroom, you practice Ujjayi breath. I promise you, the more you do it, the more it will feel natural. Try not to overthink it, and it'll just come, just doing it more often. We'll cue you through a lot of our practices to come into Ujjayi breath. And again, in and out of the nose, constricting into the throat. All right. One other I'd like to show you that is nice to do in the beginning or at the end of a practice. Typically, we'll be laying on our back for this. You're welcome to lay out on your back right now and find some comfort. And this typically is going to be a full, beautiful, big breath in and holding the whole breath in, holding the inhale at the top. And it may get to this state of discomfort and almost the mind loves to think this is not safe. I need to let go and breathe. You're okay. You have breath. You are fine. Knowing that if any point, of course, you can breathe out, but the mind loves to tell us otherwise. So in this practice, we'll take a beautiful breath in, hold at the top, and then I will cue you to do 2 exhales. So a double exhale. It'll sound like big breath in and then double exhale. So if you'd like to practice that with me right now, we'll do a beautiful big inhale, hold at the top, holding the breath in, holding here, And a double exhale out the mouth. Feel the body drop. We'll do that again. Big breath in. Hold at the top. Open the mouth. One more, just like that. Back to your natural breath. So we did three common breaths that we'll do throughout our yoga practice. There's others that we may introduce, but just getting comfortable with how breath moves in your body and the power that the breath can offer as we come back into our physical body. We often just get into that state of busyness and stress state. The biggest thing I find is coming back into my breath. Grounding into my breath can really make a huge difference. So I hope if you haven't tried that before, that maybe this is something you introduce throughout your week and see if it helps you come back out of those states. I love it in traffic. I don't love busy, crazy traffic, so I will come into my Ujjayi breath, and it helps me calm. Okay, so that's some of our breath work. Thanks for joining me here. You can come back to this at any point, and I hope you put this into practice in your week.